So hello and welcome everyone. Welcome to Creatrix. Welcome to Unacademy. So in these sessions, we are going to start the communication system and you are going to study the communication system like never before. So before that, let me introduce myself. My name is Vishal Soni and I have cleared ESC examination 2 times, both times in double digit rank. And I have also served as a Group A Gazette officer in Indian Railways and in Indian Telecommunication Services. And I have also cleared a lot of public sector examinations. So right now I'm teaching on Unacademy and I really feel proud to be the part of the Unacademy team, because Unacademy is the revolution in the field of free education and in the field of affordable education, and we as a team are really looking forward for every student to just come onto the Unacademy platform. You can attend the special classes, you can come onto this YouTube channel and you can stay connected with us so that you can understand the quality education and you can understand the efforts that we are putting in, so that every student of this country, whether he stays in a village or he stays in a town, should get the access of the content, that too in a very affordable prices, and he can also or she can also clear the examination with the best possible ranks. So right now I'm teaching on Unacademy with more than 15 million watch minutes in the overall duration and 2 million watch minutes in the last 30 days. So I am right now the top educator in Unacademy across all the branches, having rank 4 right now. And you can also follow me on Unacademy on this particular link. So you can go and follow me on Unacademy. Apart from that, my advice to every student is that how should you crack the examination and what are the components to cracking the examination. So the first question that comes to the mind, that can anyone prepare from the YouTube? Yes, you can prepare from the YouTube, but you should develop or cultivate some habits in yourself. For example, you should be very much disciplined. You should arrange the extra resources. For example, the PDFs you have to arrange, the test series you have to arrange by yourself, and most importantly, that self-discipline you should be containing in yourself, so that you can be very corrective manner and you can approach the examination in the best possible manner. So all these things you have to arrange yourself. The sense of competitiveness you have to cultivate in yourself, because the audience on the YouTube are not that much of competitive in nature, or maybe you cannot feel the competition which is present right now. So all these things are the part of the journey if you want to prepare through the YouTube, or maybe if you want to prepare through the free resources. Apart from that, if you want that you should get complete content, then this is the YouTube channel. On this YouTube channel itself, all the free content are available. You just have to go to the playlist. All the subjects are completed there. You just have to go and watch all the lectures one by one. Definitely will be getting benefited. But the extra things that I have told you, that the self-discipline and the sense of competitiveness and a lot of things you have to arrange by yourself. If you are comfortable in that, then you can do that. Apart from that, you should also have Unacademy learning app, so that the special classes you can attend. A lot of educators in this country are actually providing the special classes, that too absolutely free of cost, so that you can get the quality content in the best possible manner. Apart from that, there is also another component for you, which is Unacademy Plus. So on Unacademy Plus, what is your job? You just have to study. If you join this Unacademy Plus, you do not have to worry about the crash courses, weekly test, doubt solving sessions, the language barrier, rank improvement batches, live classes. So all these things will be taken care by the Unacademy. You just have to take the Unacademy Plus subscription and you have to come on to the Unacademy. You will be daily getting the live classes. You will be getting the crash courses. When you will be getting the crash courses? When the syllabus are completed. You will be getting the weekly test in the form of quizzes. Every fourth class is the doubt solving session, which is the major you can say the component or the major impact will be creating on your studies will be this doubt solving group. Because until and unless your doubts are not being cleared, until and unless you are not able to clear your doubts, you will never get the confidence in the subject. So once you come on to this Unacademy Plus, every fourth class is doubt solving session. Apart from that, various other doubt solving sessions are going on. So ultimately you will be getting your doubts cleared and you will gain confidence in the subject. The language barrier will not be an issue, because the batches will be running both Hindi and in English, and rank improvement batches will also be there. So all these things are the component of this Plus subscription. Once you come on to this Unacademy Plus, you do not have to be worried about your self-discipline, your competitiveness nature. Everything will be present on Unacademy, because a lot of other students will be there. Since the classes will be live, you can also watch it recorded later on. So the discipline automatically comes, because you get the idea that you will be having the daily live classes. Apart from that, there is also one iconic subscription. In this iconic subscription, the game changer is this personal coach. So this subscription is for them who thinks that their basics are weak, or those who are talented but they needs a continuous push. So this personal coach will be guiding you throughout your strategy. He will be giving you the study planners. You will be getting the study booster sessions. Once you will get the test, you will be getting the analytics. Analytics plays a major role in improving yourself. We as a teacher also get our analytics so that we can improve on the daily basis. So once you start getting the analytics, you will be also improving massively on the daily basis. Apart from that, there will also be the guidance for the mains once you clear the prelims, and there will also.
Hello friends, welcome to this lecture of communication system. So in the last class we discussed about the basics of the digital communication, and in that we understood what is the baseband digital communication and what is the bandpass digital communication. So in this class we will study another baseband digital communication technique which is known as PCM. So first of all, the PCM is baseband digital modulation technique. Now let me give you a brief idea about this PCM. So in case of PCM, we take an analog signal and it is transmitted through the PCM transmitter. PCM transmitter converts this analog signal into binary stream. After that, those binary streams are converted into different voltage pulses depending upon the number of bits being combined. So we can combine 1 bit at a time, 2 bit at a time, 3 bit at a time, and so on. And based upon that, we generate some voltage pulses. Out of those voltage pulses, one voltage pulse is transmitted at a time. So let us consider that at this time, this voltage pulse is being transmitted. So we know that the nature of this voltage pulse is baseband because in frequency domain it will be having nature of sinc function, which is a baseband signal. So this signal is baseband signal. Now this signal is transmitted through the channel. Since it is baseband signal, so it will be transmitted through a wired channel, and somewhere in the wire the noise will get added to it. So let me call this baseband pulse as S of t. So the receiver will receive S of t plus N of t. And here we will have PCM receiver. The purpose of the PCM receiver is to extract this analog signal from the digital signal, and this extracted signal might have some error. So it can be the analog signal with some error. So this is the basic idea behind the PCM transmission and reception. So now let us try to understand first of all the PCM transmitter or PCM modulator. So first of all, I will draw the block diagram. After that, we will try to understand each and every block in this diagram. So first of all, let me start with analog signal. So this analog signal is first of all is passed through an NT aliasing filter. Let me call this analog signal as X of t. After that, it is passed through a sampler. So it will have some carrier pulse train which will help the sampler to perform the sampling. So let me call this as X of t, and the output of this sampler will obviously be X of NTS. Now the output of the sampler is now fed to a quantizer. We know that a quantizer is defined with respect to its thresholds. So let me define its threshold. So what this quantizer will do, it will map the infinite number of samples to some finite number of quantization levels. So each sample which will be coming to the quantizer will be mapped to some predefined level. Now let me define the output of the quantizer as X cap NTS. Now after the quantizer we will place an encoder. So we will place an encoder here. The purpose of the encoder is to assign a unique binary code to each quantization levels. So here I am using this n, so it will assign n bit code word to each quantization level. Now the output of the quantizer will obviously have this output will have L levels, and this encoder will assign a unique binary code to each level. Then the output of the encoder is now received by the line coder. So it is received by the line coder. So the output of the encoder is nothing but binary stream. So the line coder, what will do, it will club the number of bits in the binary stream and it will assign the voltage level to it. So basically this line coder will convert this binary stream into a voltage waveform. So the output of the line coder is voltage waveform or a waveform of voltage pulses. Now since each pulse will be baseband in nature, so after that a wire will be connected or a channeled or a wired channel will be connected so that these pulses will be transmitted by pulse transmission technique. So now it will receive to the receiver. So this is the basic block diagram of analog signal. Now let us try to understand each and every component in it. So first of all, this analog signal is x of t. It is being passed through the anti-aliasing filter. We know that we can reconstruct our message signal from the sampled signal only when fs is greater than 2 times of f max. So this is the restriction on the sampler. Now suppose our x of t is having infinite bandwidth or it has the maximum frequency component as infinite. So we can never find a sampling rate by which the sampling should be performed so that the sampled signal could be recovered. So as a precautionary measure, any incoming signal first of all is band limited to some finite frequency by this anti-aliasing filter. So this anti-aliasing filter is nothing but a low pass filter and generally it is band limited to some fs by 2. So any incoming signal which is having infinite bandwidth should be band limited to some fs by 2 and then the sampler will always have a sampling rate by which it should be sampled so that the sampled signal can be reconstructed into its original message signal. After that, this x of t is passed through the sampler. So sampling will perform its sampling and if fs is greater than 2f max, so the sampled signal can also be reconstructed back. Now for sampling any signal we need a impulse train or any carrier train. So this is representing your carrier train. Now after that, these sampled signal is passed through the quantizer. So based upon the decision levels or threshold levels, the quantizer will divide its dynamic range into different regions and each range will be mapped to a predefined level. So the output of the quantizer will have L levels. Now the encoder will assign a unique binary code to each quantization level or each level. So due to which the each sample which is coming from the sampler will have a binary code. So after that the encoder output will be converted into a binary stream. Now line coder will pick either 1 bit at a time, 2 bit at a time, 3 bit at a time and so on. And based upon that it will generate a voltage pulses. And then pulse by pulse transmission is taking place. And since each pulse represents a baseband signal, so we use the wired transmission of these pulses. So this is the basic idea behind the PCM modulator. So first of all, the first block which you are seeing here is anti-aliasing filter. So what is this anti-aliasing filter? it is a low pass filter which is used to band limit incoming message signal so that sampler can have finite sampling rate for sampling generally the cutoff frequency of anti-aliasing filter anti-aliasing filter is equal to fs by 2. So it is generally half of the frequency of the sampling rate. Next block is sampler. We know that sampler will convert x of t into x of nts and you can reconstruct back from x of nts to your x of t only when fs is greater than or equal to 2 times of fmax. Sampling is also a modulation scheme in which characteristics of carrier pulse train is varied in accordance with baseband message signal. So it also represents as some sort of modulation. Now after the sampler we will have a quantizer. We know that quantizer will have sampled signal as input and this is the quantizer. So the output of the quantizer will be x cap of NTS. This will be lambda. So first of all, this lambda will divide the dynamic range of quantizer into different regions, and generally the dynamic range of the quantizer matches with the dynamic range of incoming signal, so that each region of the dynamic range can be mapped onto the single value by the quantizer. So the output of this quantizer is quantized value, and this output will be divided into L quantization levels. So based upon this decision thresholds, the dynamic range will be divided into different regions, and each region will be mapped onto a single value, and basically at the output of the quantizer is called as quantized value, and it will have total L different quantization levels. Now next block here is encoder. So as we said that encoder assigns unique binary code to each quantization levels. So we can define small n which is number of bits assigned to quantization level. Now we know that whenever the quantizer will receive a sampled signal, so first of all it will quantize it to any one of the levels, and then encoder will assign it a binary code. So small n can sometimes also be defined as number of bits per quantized sample. So the sampled signal will reach at the input of the quantizer. The quantizer will map it to any one of the quantization levels, and the binary code assigned to that quantization level will be assigned to that quantized sample. So in this way, each quantized sample will be given an n-bit binary code. So each quantized sample will be given to a given n-bit binary code. After the encoder, we will have line coder. The purpose of the line coder has already been explained in the last class, but again, the line coder will combine bits in binary stream and each combination of bits is assigned a voltage level. So the output of the line coder will be a waveform of voltage pulses. So the output of the line coder will be waveform of voltage pulses. Now each voltage pulse represents a baseband pulse or signal. So pulse by pulse transmission takes place via wired channel. So this is the total idea behind the PCM. So now let us try to understand it by an example. So let me consider an analog signal. So this is your analog signal. This is your x of t. This is 0. Let me call this instant as Ts. This instant as 2Ts. This is 3Ts. Again this as 4Ts. This point as 5Ts. And this point as 6Ts. So this is the analog signal, and these are the sampling instances which are represented here. So let me call this value as 1, this value as 2, this value as 3. So these values will be same here. Now what will be the sampled output? So the output of the sampler or the sampled output. So the sampled output will be X of NTS. So it will be sampled like this. So this frequency or this instance will become 0, and the sample at this instance will be 0. This point will become TS, and this amplitude will become 1. So this is the sampled output. At 2 TS, it will have sampled value of 2. At 3 TS, we will have sampled value of 3. Again at 4 TS, we will have sampled value of 2. Again at 5 TS, we will have sampled value of 1. And at 6 TS, we will have sampled value of 0. So this is our sampled signal. Now this sampled signal has dynamic range from 0 to 3. So this is the dynamic range which is from 0 to 3. Now it is being passed through the quantizer. So this is the sampled signal X of NTS, and it is being passed through a quantizer, and the output of the quantizer will be X cap NTS, and here I am defining lambda as 1.5. So first of all, I am considering that dynamic range of X of NTS and dynamic range of quantizer matches. It may or may not match, but here I am assuming that it is matching the dynamic range of the quantizer. So first of all, let us consider that at the quantizer input, this threshold, which is lambda equal to 1.5, will divide the quantizer dynamic range into different regions. So this is your lambda equal to 1.5, and the quantizer's dynamic range varies from 0 to 3. So we are assuming that if this is our X of NTS, so the dynamic range of X of NTS exactly matches with the quantizer. So the quantizer's dynamic range is varying from 0 to 3, and this will match with this X max, and this will match with this X min of the signal. So here the dynamic range of the X of NTS, which is from X min to X max or from 0 to 3, is matching to the dynamic range of the quantizer, and here we have taken the threshold level 1.5. So it will divide the dynamic range of the quantizer into two different parts. So what will be present at quantizer output? So the range of values which is coming from 0 to 1.5, these all will be mapped onto a single quantization level or a single value, which is 0.75. Similarly, all the voltage levels which is coming from 1.5 to 3 is being mapped to 2.25. So we can say that this quantizer is mapping all the incoming signal into two different levels. So we can say that it is having two level quantizer. or we can say that each incoming signal is being quantized into two levels. Now here you have to understand the working of the encoder, what encoder basically does. So encoder will observe the quantizer output. It observed that quantizer has only two different outputs, 0.75 and 2.25. So it has basically two different outputs, and it has to assign a unique binary code to each quantized output. So you can see that since it is having only two quantized output, so it can use only 1-bit binary code for each of the quantization levels. So it may assign it bit 0, and it may assign this level as bit 1. So what is the meaning of assigning this level as 0 or this level as 1? You can very clearly see from here that the input of the quantizer is the sample value, which is varying from 0 to 3. So this quantizer can have any value between 0 to 3, and the quantizer will map any value of 0 to 3 in any one of these two quantized levels. So it may map it to 2.25 or it may map it to 0.75. So each incoming signal will be either mapped to 2.5 or 0.75, or we can say that whenever any signal is incoming to the quantizer input, it will map it to 0.75 or 2.25. If it is being mapped to 0.75, the encoder will assign it a binary code of 1, and if the sample value is being quantized to 2.25, the encoder will assign it a 1-bit binary code, which is 0. So we can also say that the encoder will assign n bits per sample. So we should more clearly write it as n bits per quantized sample, but in general you can also say that it is assigning n bits per sample. Each sample which is coming having the value of 0 to 3 will be quantized to these two levels only, and the encoder will assign that sample a particular n bit, which is in this case 1. So this is the operation of this encoder. Now let us try to understand what will happen here. So this was the sampled output. Now the output of the quantizer will be based upon the value of lambda. So all the sample values which are below this will be mapped to 0.75, and above this will be mapped to 2.25. So the output of the quantizer will look something like this. So this is the quantizer output. So how the quantizer output will look like, let us try to understand. So this sample value 0, it is also below 1.5, so it will be mapped to 0.75 at 0. At TS, this sample value is 1, so it will be also mapped to 0.75. This value is above 0.125, so it will be mapped to 2.25. Similarly, at this point, this value will also be mapped to 2.25. At 4 TS, this value will also be mapped to 2.25, and these two values will again be mapped to 0.75. So this value is 2.25, and all these values which are here are at 0.75, and obviously these time instances are TS, 2TS, 3TS, 4TS, 5TS and 6TS. So these are the quantizer output or the graph of X cap and TS. So now let me draw this diagram again. So the output of the quantizer that we have obtained here was something like this. X cap NTS, this is NTS. So here we will have 0.75 at 0, then also at TS, then at 2TS, at 3TS, at 4TS, 5TS and 6TS. So this was as 2TS, 3TS, 4TS, 5ts and 6ts. So these values are at 0.75 and these values are at 2.25. Now what encoder will do? Encoder will assign a unique binary code to each quantized value. So the encoder will assign bit 0 to all the samples which are being mapped to 0.75, and it will assign 1 to all the samples which in being quantized to 2.25. So the encoder output will be, the output of encoder will be, it will assign this voltage pulse 0.75 bit 1, it will assign is this 0 0, this as 1 1, this as 1 1. So all the voltage level which are being mapped to 2.25 has been assigned binary 0, and which are being mapped to 0.75 has been assigned to binary 1. So similarly, the output of the encoder will be 1 1 0 0 0 1 1, or you can say that the output of the encoder will be a binary stream. So this is the binary stream. Now this output of encoder is fed to line coder. So this is our line coder. So this is bk equal to 1 1 0 0 0 1 1. Let us assume in this case we are clubbing one bit at a time, and based upon that we are generating a voltage waveform. So what it is doing, it will club one bit at a time and it will generate a voltage pulse accordingly. So first of all, it will club bit by bit, and let us assume that for bit 1 it is generating a voltage pulse of amplitude A and duration TB, and for 0 it is generating a voltage pulse of amplitude minus A and duration TB. So here what we are doing for representing this 1 and 0, we are using the rectangular shaping, or we are representing bit and 1 and 0 by rectangular pulses. So we are using this rectangular shaping. You can also represent this 1 by a sync pulse in time domain, and a negative sync pulse in time domain. So this will be minus 1 by TB, and this point will be 1 by TB. Similarly here also this point will be 1 by TB, and this point will become minus 1 by TB. So now let us try to represent the output of line coder. So the output of the line coder might look like this. So this was the binary stream. It will assign a voltage level of A to 1, then again 1, then it will assign a voltage level of 0, then again 0, then again 0, then it will assign a voltage level of 1 and 1. So this will be the voltage waveform which will be present at the output of the line coder if rectangular shaping has been used. So this will be A, this duration will become TB, this will be 2 TB, 3 TB, 4 TB, 5 TB, 6 TB, 7 TB, and so on. It will represent bit 1, bit 1, 0, 0, 0, bit 1 and bit 1. Now after that what will happen, this particular waveform which we are receiving here is known as PCM waveform. So this PCM waveform will now be transmitted through a wired channel. So this PCM waveform which we generated here so the PCM waveform which we generated here 1 1 0 0 0 1 1, the duration of each pulse is TB. So this is TB, this is also TB, this is TB, this is also TB, and this is also TB. So this is the PCM waveform. Now it needs to be transmitted through a wired channel. So it is transmitted through a wired channel. Now at a time through the wired channel, pulse by pulse transmission will take place. So pulse by pulse transmission, pulse by pulse transmission takes place through wired channel, which means at a time only one pulse will be transmitted through the channel. So this will be the scenario that this pulse will be transmitted at a time through the channel. We know that after the band limiting, the frequency spectrum can be drawn something like this. So it will become Fc. This is Fc plus 1 by Tb, Fc minus 1 by Tb. Sorry. So this will be 0, it will be 1 by Tb, it will be minus 1 by Tb. So bandwidth of this pulse is from 0 to 1 by Tb, or you can say that bandwidth of one single pulse is 1 by Tb when rectangular pulse shaping has been used, or it is equal to 1 by Tb. So the wired channel should have bandwidth which should be greater than or equal to 1 by Tb. So the bandwidth of the wired channel when PCM waveform is being transmitted should be greater than or equal to 1 by Tb when rectangular pulse shaping has been used. Now let us try to understand what happens if we have used sync shaping. So for sync, one sync pulse will be transmitted at a time. So this point is minus 1 by Tb, sorry 1 by Tb, this point is minus 1 by Tb, and this is T. We know that the frequency spectrum of the sync pulse will be a rectangular pulse in frequency domain. So this will be F, and this will be minus 1 by 2 Tb to 1 by 2 Tb. So the bandwidth of each pulse comes out to be 1 by 2 Tb. So from here you can also say that since bandwidth of each pulse is 1 by 2 Tb when sync pulse shaping has been used, so the bandwidth of the wired channel should be either greater than or equal to 1 by 2 Tb when sync pulse shaping has been used. So since pulse by pulse transmission is taking place, if the shape of the pulse is rectangular, then the bandwidth should be greater than or equal to 1 by 2 TB, 1 by TB, because the bandwidth of each pulse is 1 by TB, and obviously the channel bandwidth should be greater than the bandwidth of the pulse. And if sync pulse shaping has been used, then the sync pulse shape will have bandwidth of 1 by 2 TB. So in this particular case, the bandwidth should be greater than or equal to 1 by 2 TB when sync pulse shaping has been used, because the channel bandwidth should always be greater than the bandwidth of the transmitted signal. Now these pulses travel through the wired channel. So this is the wired channel, and somewhere in the wired channel the noise gets added. So suppose I'm calling this voltage waveform as ST, and the signal which will be receiving to the PCM receiver is the pulse plus the added noise. The noise has been added in the channel. So now after that, let us try to understand how the PCM receiver extracts the analog message signal from these transmitted voltage pulses through the wired channel. So first of all, let us try to draw the basic block diagram of the PCM receiver. Then afterwards we will try to understand each and every block of it. So the PCM receiver will look something like this. So this is the PCM demodulator or PCM receiver. So the input of the PCM will be this pulse S of t plus channel noise. So first of all, we will have a block of regeneration circuit. So this circuit is known as regeneration circuit. It contains decision making circuit, and pulse generating circuit. So basically it filters out the noise and it tries to regenerate this signal or the pulse S of t again. So each incoming pulse is passed through it, so it processes the noise or it removes the noise and tries to regenerate the same signal back. Sometimes it can, sometimes it does not. This gives the rise of the problem of the probability of error. So if this decision making circuit and pulse generating circuit is able to extract exactly the same signal being transmitted, then there is no probability of error. And if they are not able to extract the same pulse, then there may be probability of error, or error might occur. Then this pulse is passed through a decoder which is acting inversely as of encoder. So the encoder's input will be decoder's output, and encoder's input was quantized signal. So here we will get again back XCAP and TS. Then we will use a reconstruction filter. So here we will use a reconstruction filter, which is generally a low pass filter. And then the output of this reconstruction filter will be an analog signal, and this signal must be transmitted to the destination. So this is the block diagram of PCM receiver. So XCAP and TS is the output of decoder at the receiver. Now this XCAP and TS block diagram is something like this. So this XCAP and TS, which has been recovered at the receiver, will look something like this. It is again the 0.75, 0.75, 2.25, 2.25, again 2.25, then 0.75 and 0.75. This amplitude is 0, TS, 2 TS, 3 TS, 4 TS, 5 TS and 6 TS. All these amplitude levels are to 0.75 and these amplitude levels are 2.25. Now this signal is passed through a low pass filter. And we have to observe the output of the low pass filter. So this output we need to observe. So this is the input to the low pass filter. Zero TS, 2 TS, 3 TS, 4 TS, 5 TS, 6 TS. This becomes 0.75. This becomes 2.25. And this is XCAP NTS. So this is your low pass filter. This is RC. And we have to plot the output. So first of all, you should notice here that this low pass filter I'm considering here. First of all, I will draw the output for ideal low pass filter. Then we will try to connect it with practical low pass filter. So this is the output. This is the T. So what will happen here? As soon as this 0.75 pulse comes at the input of this low pass filter, this low pass filter gets immediately charged to this value. So these are the input values of the low pass filter. So 0 TS, 2 TS, 3 TS, 4 TS, 5 TS, 6 TS. So as soon as this voltage comes, the output gets charged up to this value, and it remains charged up to this value till the next voltage comes. So the next voltage is again 0.75, so it remains up to the 0.75. Then as soon as the voltage comes, which is at the level of 2.25, this capacitor gets charged to 2.25 and it retains up to 2.25 because the voltage is not changing. At 5 TS, the voltage decreases to 0.75, so this capacitor also discharges to 0.75 and it remains at 0.75. At some instant 7 TS, it gets discharged to 0 volt. So this is the output of the ideal low pass filter. What will be the output of the practical low pass filter? In practical low pass filter, this charging discharging will be rather smooth, so it may look something like this. Now if you notice, the transmitted signal was something like this. This was the transmitted analog signal and this was the received analog signal, and in between you can see that there is some kind of error, and this error you can call it as quantization error. So this error where the quantized signal is not able to approximate the main signal, so this error is called as quantized error. So the recovered signal at the receiver will not be exactly equal to the transmitted analog signal, but it will have some error which is known as quantization error, and quantization error can never be removed. It will always be present in the recovered signal. So this was the idea behind the PCM transmission and reception. In the next class we will try to understand few more terms related with the PCM. We will see the formulas of the PCM. So thank you.
So hopefully we have understood every concept in this class. If you have any doubt in any concept, you can let me know in the comment section. I'll try to resolve that thing. Apart from that, you can also follow me on various social media platforms. For example, you can join this Telegram group where you will be getting important notification, important updates. This is Telegram group where you can also comment, you can ask your queries, or maybe you can also suggest me for the improvement. Apart from that, this is my Unacademy profile. On this Unacademy profile, you should also follow me so that you can get the important updates of the Unacademy also, right? And this is the Notion page. You just have to type this tiny.cc/VishalGate. So you will be redirected to a page where all the special classes are arranged very systematically. तो मैंने बहुत सारे टॉपिक्स पे स्पेशल क्लास ले रखी है. फॉर एग्जाम्पल नाइक्विस्ट, फूरियर सीरीज, latches and flip flop, double integrations, okay, lot of things are there. So you will be getting all these concepts absolutely free of cost. You just have to type this in your URL. You will be redirected to that page and attend these lectures one by one. You will be getting a next level confidence in these topics that I can guarantee you. Now this is the Notion page of your YouTube, on which you will be getting the links of the YouTube. Apart from that, you will be also getting the PDFs of that particular lecture. So this is very important for you, and just you have to type http://bit.ly/gatelive. So gatelive, you just have to type it in the capital so that you can access all the lectures link and PDF arranged systematically. So if you want to attend or you want to clear the examination with the free resource, then this is the channel for you. This is the best recorded videos which has been ever made. You just have to go to that lecture, just click the link and download the PDF and start studying systematically. So we have also done this for you so that any student, whether he is sitting any part of this country, should not face the difficulty in cracking the examination, whether he can afford or he cannot. Now if you can afford, then the subscription prices are not something which you cannot pay. It is very nominal amount which you can pay, and you can just avoid all the distractions, all the time wastage which we will be doing in downloading those PDFs, arranging them, arranging for the test series, and a lot of other things that you have to arrange, doubt solvings you have to arrange by yourself. If you want to avoid all those distractions in a very nominal amount, so you can go for the Unacademy Plus subscription. For 12-month subscription, you have to pay only 74 rupees per day. Apart from that, for 18-month subscription, which is the best possible subscription, you have to pay 63 rupees per day. It is even lesser than the pizzas that you order on your home. So it is that much of amount that can shape your career, that can give you the best possible rank in the examinations under the guidance of the best teachers of the country, which has been right now placed on the Unacademy. Now 24-month subscription will cost you 54 rupees per day. So these subscription amounts will give you the subscription for the desired period. Apart from that, if you are using this code, you just have to remember this code, write my name, write GATE after it. You can also write ESC after it. So you have to write my name and write ESC after it. So any one of these code, once you apply, you will be immediately getting the 10% discount. You will be getting all the features of the Unacademy. You will be getting the guidance of all the teachers present on Unacademy, and everything you will be getting that is needed to crack the examination once you are using this code. So if you think we are working hard, we are giving our best content, we are giving the free content absolutely for you guys, and everything that is needed for every student to crack the examination. So never forget to use this code whenever you are taking the subscription. So this code is very important and you have to use every time you are taking the subscription. Now those who are interested for the prices, total price amount, so let me tell you, Total price is 27,225 for 12 months, 34,650 for 18, and for 24 months it is 39,600. You can also pay this by using zero cost EMI. Zero cost EMI can be paid by credit card and debit card. In debit cards there are only Bajaj and HDFC as of now available. Okay, so this zero cost EMI means you do not have to pay anything extra. Any interest is not you should not pay, and you have to pay this much of amount on the daily basis if you are looking for the zero cost EMI option. Apart from that, if you are coming for Iconic subscription, so Iconic mein I have already told you that your personal coach will be the game changer. He will be he will be basically following you to give you the guidance so that you can get the success in a very short span of time. So he will be following you, he will be pushing you every time. Now once you use this coupon code, this will be costing you around 45,225, and if you are using this coupon code, write my name gate after it, you will be getting the 24-month subscription of Iconic in 66,600 rupees. Fine. Apart from that, every one of you should follow this GATE aspirant group, and there also some important notification always comes. Now what are the YouTube channels that you should immediately subscribe? This Creatrix, this is the channel on which you are present. This is Unacademy GATE questions, where previous year questions has been solved by the educators. So you'll be getting all the previous year questions video solution apart from the PDF also. This is the Electrical Junction channel, where you will be getting the important concepts of EC and electrical. And this is Engineering Pathshala, where you will be getting some practical aspect of the videos, some animated videos that will enhance your ability to think. So these are the channels which you should immediately subscribe so that you can get a better content. Fine. Now these are my some YouTube videos which I have created for you. In all of these videos will give you some motivation, guidance, content, and some strategy. So these are hand-picked videos. You can immediately follow these videos. Okay, so thank you so much. And those who are coming on this channel, immediately share all the content which is present on this channel. We are working very hard for you guys, so this is your responsibility that you should share this channel, you should subscribe this channel, also share the link of this channel, link of the videos, link of the educator whom you follow, so that every student who is needy, they can come onto this channel and they can get the best possible rank. So all the best everyone, let's crack it.